I just finished The Fall of the House of Usher on Netflix. Episode 8 is titled The Raven. Spoilers ahead. We finally discover what happened all those years ago on New Year's Eve 1979 when the twins met Verna. It is the cask of Amontillado in order to get back at their former boss and also to take control of Fortunato Pharmaceuticals. They drug the CEO, Griswold, and they brick him up in the basement of his own building. They kidnap him from a masquerade New Year's party where he is dressed as a court jester. So that represents how the Usher twins, who he has abused, he has been the bane of their existence. They are now going to make a fool out of him. This episode is called The Raven, and Verna, the mysterious woman, is the Raven. But there's another very memorable name from that poem, and that is Lenore. In that poem, the narrator is mourning this young woman who was lost too soon. Lenore is the young woman who has been lost. Part of Madeline's quest for immortality is creating AI. She says you can have an immortal consciousness, and she is beta testing this idea on Lenore. So she is having Lenore answer thousands of questions. She takes in all of her social media to build the Lenore bot. After Lenore dies, Roderick believes that the bot has been activated. We might see this as a reference to another short story called The Oval Portrait. In that story, there is a very gifted artist who decides to do a portrait of his young wife. And as he works on this portrait, as it becomes more and more lifelike, he fails to notice that his wife is getting weaker. And at the moment he finishes the portrait, his wife dies. The Lenore bot might be perceived that way. It only comes to life at the moment Lenore is gone. The episode ends with Roderick wrapping up his conference, his confession to Auguste Dupin. Throughout this confession, Dupin keeps hearing this clattering from the basement of the house. Roderick finally confesses to Dupin that he killed Madeline and he has attempted to mummify her. He is not successful. Madeline is not dead. To Dupin's horror, Madeline staggers up the steps of the basement. She is wearing a white gown covered in blood, and she attacks Roderick. As the two of them struggle, the house begins to collapse. Dupin runs for it. As he makes it outside, the entire house collapses around them. That is how the short story The Fall of the House of Usher ends. Dupin's dialogue at that point is the last couple of lines from the short story. If you are watching Fall of the House of Usher, I hope some of this helped.